News recently broke that Amy, the actress who plays Kimberly, the Pink Ranger from Mighty Morphin, is writing a series of comics called The Return. These comics will be based on an alternate history of the Mighty Morphin team 22 years after they defeated Rita and Lord Zed. One of the things that has been revealed about this story is that there will be a new Green Ranger who is supposedly Tommy and Kimberly's daughter. I say supposedly since some fans have noticed that this Ranger is named Olivia Hart, and her last name comes from Kimberly and not Tommy. For now, Amy has not said that this new Green Ranger is Tommy's daughter, but an unofficial Power Rangers page had posted the news of the Green Ranger saying that she is Tommy and Kimberly's daughter, and Amy shared this post. This obviously doesn't make it official that this Green Ranger is Tommy Oliver's daughter, so we're going to have to wait until the comic is released. If you see an official post about the father of the new Green Ranger, you can write it in the comments and share the link. Now that we know the news about the arrival of the new Green Ranger, the real topic of this video is, should the Mighty Morphin's kids be the new Rangers? In the special episode we also got to see Trini's daughter being the new Yellow Ranger, and even though Amy's new comic book story is not canon, the special episode is. This means that Trini's daughter, Min, is officially the new Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger, and this is part of the main story. This leads us to think that perhaps we could have had a new Mighty Morphin team with the children of each member of the original team. Since the franchise will have a reboot and the new universe is supposedly not going to have any relation to the old universe, then it is likely that we may never see this next generation team. What the new reboot producer has said is that the new Power Rangers series is not going to be a Mighty Morphin story, but rather it will be a new team and a new story. This doesn't completely erase the detail that maybe we could have some team that could be the children of the Mighty Morphin, and I'll explain that to you. Obviously, this is all a theory since there is almost no official information about the reboot, but because of this we can have some theories that even sometimes come true. Some information had been leaked that one of the members of the new team was going to have the name Tommy, and although this doesn't mean that he is going to have any connection with the Tommy we know, maybe we can think that he could be some son of the Green Ranger. In the universe we know Tommy Oliver has a son with Kat, and this is part of the canon. It was even mentioned in the special episode. Outside of canon, it is very likely that the new Green Ranger in the new comic is also Tommy Oliver's daughter, but neither of them are named Tommy. What maybe they can do is have the whole Mighty Morphin team in the reboot as a reference and say that the new team are all the children of the original members. Then that new Tommy could maybe be Tommy Oliver's son, and because this new universe is going to be a new story, then in this new universe Tommy only has this one son. Remember that all this I am saying is only a theory and is not official information. Even though the new universe will have no connection with the old universe, it would be great if we could see Min being the Yellow Ranger again, and that her story is still that she is Trini's daughter. Maybe they could change the story a little bit so that the whole reboot would be something quite interesting and still have the spirit of Power Rangers with a little bit of the old universe. The story that I would create would be an alternate history to the main story that we have lived during these 30 years, something similar to what they want to do in the new comic. This would be like a variant of the main timeline, or maybe a different dimension, something like the multiverse. In this new universe the Mighty Morphins existed, and each of them had sons and daughters. All these children were still young when all the members of the Mighty Morphins died in a great battle against a very powerful being that came from another planet and was seeking to destroy all the most powerful beings in the universe so that no one could stop him in his conquest. This supervillain managed to destroy all the heroes and villains that existed in this part of the universe, but fortunately he left alive all the inhabitants of the planets. Among all those inhabitants were the Mighty Morphin's children, who grew up with the thought that someday they would try to stop this evil being. After 12 years of living in terror in a universe ruled by the evil being, the children of the Rangers were contacted by a very powerful being who controlled the Morphin grid and was called the Morphin Master. This god of Ranger power had waited all this time until the children of the Rangers were ready to give them the power that their fathers and mothers had left behind when they died. The Morphin Master knew that if he gave them the same power that the Mighty Morphins had, then these new Rangers would not be able to defeat the evil being, so he had to combine several powers to create a pure grid energy. This energy can only be possessed by people with a pure heart and who never become dark beings. This power comes from light, and that is why the new Rangers are going to be the Mighty Light's Power Rangers. Each Ranger has a light of a different color, and each of them can control different elements of the universe. Elements like water, fire, air, earth, lightning, and sound. With a story like this, the new Power Rangers series may have quite a different start, but without losing all the essence of the original series. For now, we have not seen any sons of Zach, Billy, or Jason, although it had been commented at some point that it was very likely that a son of Zach would appear in the special episode, but this did not happen. I think the Mighty Morphin team being able to leave their powers to their children to be the next generation would be something quite touching, since all the fans of this series right now are adults who many of them already have children and are starting to teach their kids all about Power Rangers. It's basically like passing the power on to them, and it would be awesome if this new generation could start seeing a Power Rangers series where the new Rangers are the children of the original Team Rangers. For a long time now, we had been waiting for the moment when the son of Tommy Oliver and Kat would grow up to be a Ranger officially, but unfortunately the time was not enough for this to happen since this character is still very young. This is precisely the advantage they have in the reboot, since they can move the time forward as much as they want and start from a distant future in which the sons of the original team are already old enough to become Power Rangers. Obviously, all of this we've talked about are just theories, but the reboot is a great opportunity to start creating some spectacular story that can connect old fans and new fans as well. For now, what is known is that this new universe is going to be for 14-year-olds and up, so if you have very young children you may only be able to show them the original universe series. Write in the comments your own theory about the Mighty Morphin kids, like this video and subscribe for the Power Rangers reboot.